Win, and you're in. That was the reality for the Pittsburgh Steelers heading into Sunday against a Cleveland Browns team that entered the game with just 3 wins. Instead of closing the door on the AFC North, Pittsburgh delivered one of its most disappointing performances of the season, losing 13-6 and forcing a winner-take-all Week 18 showdown with the red-hot Baltimore Ravens. The collapse raised serious questions about the Steelers' mindset, offensive identity, and readiness for high-pressure moments. Moral victories mean nothing at this point in the season. From the opening drive, it felt like the Steelers were playing not to lose rather than playing to win. The offensive game plan appeared far more focused on avoiding disaster than creating opportunity. Protecting against Myles Garrett became the priority, but that emphasis came at the cost of aggression, creativity, and confidence. Quick throws, conservative reads, and an overall lack of urgency defined Pittsburgh's approach. Aaron Rodgers, who has shown flashes of control and poise at times this season, looked tentative and uncomfortable. His body language mirrored some of his lowest moments earlier in the year, when confidence seemed to waver and hesitation crept into his decision-making. Against a team the Steelers should have been able to dictate terms to, Pittsburgh instead played cautiously and paid the price. In December, football, especially with playoff implications, simply surviving a pass rush is not enough. You have to attack, and the Steelers never truly did. The fixation on Marquez Valdes-Scantling fell squarely on Rodgers. Late-game execution often reveals a quarterback's trust hierarchy, and Rodgers made his clear in the final minutes. On the Steelers' last meaningful drive, he targeted Marquez Valdes-Scantling on consecutive plays where the timing and routes were clearly off. Whether it was miscommunication or improper execution, the results were the same: incomplete passes and mounting pressure. What made it more baffling was the decision to go back to Valdes-Scantling yet again on the final play of the game. Despite 2 failed attempts and visible disconnect, Rodgers forced the ball his way for a 3rd straight time. The pass fell incomplete, ending the game and cementing the loss. In critical moments, quarterbacks must adapt, spread the field, and take what the defense gives them. Instead, Rodgers locked in on one option and let the game slip away. The defense did its job and deserved better support. After a shaky start that saw Cleveland jump out to an early 10-point lead, the Steelers' defense settled in and took control. They limited big plays, applied pressure, and forced 2 crucial interceptions of rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders. In a game of this magnitude, that should have been more than enough to swing momentum. Yet, each takeaway was followed by offensive stagnation. The Steelers turned both interceptions into 0 points, failing to capitalize on short fields and momentum-shifting opportunities. This has been a recurring issue throughout the season. The defense keeps games within reach, while the offense struggles to reward their efforts. On Sunday, that imbalance was glaring. Holding an opponent to 13 points should result in a win, especially against a struggling team. Instead, it highlighted just how broken the offensive execution has become. The absence of DK Metcalf cannot be the entire excuse. Blaming the offensive collapse solely on DK Metcalf's absence is an oversimplification. While Metcalf is undeniably a difference maker and one of the few true vertical threats on the roster, the Steelers still possess enough weapons to function competently. The problem was not personnel as much as philosophy. Offensive coordinator Arthur Smith and Rodgers attempted to replicate Metcalf's role by force-feeding Valdes-Scantling rather than adjusting the scheme to fit the available talent. There was little effort to diversify the passing attack, involve other skill players in meaningful ways, or stress the Browns' defense horizontally. Predictability set in, Cleveland adjusted, and Pittsburgh never countered. As the Steelers head into Week 18 with their season on the line, the concerns are no longer theoretical. This loss exposed fundamental issues in confidence, adaptability, and leadership. Against a Ravens team that is surging at the right time, Pittsburgh will need far more than moral victories and cautious game plans. Otherwise, this collapse may prove to be the moment their season truly unraveled.